Have you ever seen a single comment and suddenly your attention has been hijacked for hours? Not because that comment was insightful, not because it mattered, but because it pierced something in your heart and now it's looping in the background while you're trying to work, create, or simply exist. That experience is incredibly common for women who put themselves online. And almost no one is talking about it honestly. Well, hey there, I'm Tara Kinden, founder of Bioenergetic Somatics. My work lives at the intersection of embodiment, nervous system regulation, frequency, and cosmic rhythm. Today, I want to speak directly to creators, especially female creators, about the emotional cost of visibility in the digital world. Because building something publicly requires a kind of resilience most people underestimate. Why does online criticism cut so deeply? Text on a screen should not carry as much weight as it does, but it does. And not because strangers hold this weird power over you, but because human beings are wired to track social standing. A dismissive or hostile comment isn't just information, it lands as an evaluation. Am I acceptable? Is this safe enough for me to continue? Is this going to actually cost me something? And for women, this pressure is amplified by years of conditioning to be pleasing, agreeable, and not disruptive. So when someone attacks your appearance, your ideas, or your presence, it can feel less like feedback and more like a verdict. All right, let me get real with you. I actually stepped away from video creation for years because of the comments section. Back in 2015, 2016, I started experimenting with YouTube, and I was honestly feeling quite proud of myself and energized by doing the videos. Then came criticism. One remark was about my body, that stayed far too long than it should have, and I disappeared from the platform entirely. Not because I didn't care about what I was doing, but it was because I cared too much about what I was doing. And if you've ever pulled back from sharing something meaningful because of how people might have responded, you're in very good company, my friend. Okay, so here's the hidden cost, and this is like a cognitive hijacking. And what fascinates me the most isn't that the comments hurt. It's about how much mental bandwidth they consume. And you may notice yourself after having difficulty concentrating, replaying the wording over and over, reimagining responses you'll never send, questioning the direction you're going, and losing your creative momentum. Suddenly, your day is no longer about work. It's about recovering from one sentence written by someone who doesn't even know you. And that's not about being fragile, right? Your brain is prioritizing a social threat over productivity. This is what changed for me. Over time, I stopped trying to control the internet because we absolutely have no control over that. And I started learning how to metabolize the reaction, what came up for me. So when a cruel comment appears, which it still does, I don't treat it like a problem I need to solve. I treat it as a surge of energy that absolutely needs to go somewhere and hopefully out. Sometimes I move it, sometimes I talk it through, sometimes I do nothing at all and just let it burn off. But I don't let a stranger dictate whether I continue creating or not, because the real danger isn't the comment, it's abandoning your voice and the work you're here to do. Okay, so how do you understand troll behavior without personalizing it? The people who go out of their way to wound strangers are often not operating from a place of fullness. They're discharging something, maybe frustration, loneliness, powerlessness, boredom, or even jealousy. You just happen to be the nearest outlet. And that doesn't excuse the behavior, but it does put a little context on it. And here's a metaphor that really helps me when I like to visualize things. So imagine someone walking around with a cup of scalding coffee filled right to the top, sloshing all over the place. They're stressed, they're distracted, overloaded, whatever their reason is. Then they bump into you. The coffee spills all over your shirt. You're shocked. It's unpleasant. Maybe it even hurts. But you don't stand there thinking, wow, I must be a terrible person because coffee is all over me. You don't analyze the coffee. You don't internalize the coffee. You go and change your shirt because you understand something very simple. That spill says more about the state of their cup and their energy than it does about you. Online hostility works the same way. Some people move through the world carrying a lot of agitation, resentment, loneliness, frustration, and when they collide with a visible target, a creator, a woman speaking, someone taking up space, it spills. Suddenly, you're covered in it. And because it's emotional rather than physical, we assume it belongs to us. We replay it, we dissect it, we absorb it, but it's still just a spill. And you don't have to wear it all day long. Your job isn't to purify their cup. Your job is to step away, clean up, and continue on with your life. Sometimes that change of shirt looks like talking to a friend, moving your body, getting outside, redirecting your attention back to something that actually matters. Not pretending it didn't happen, just refusing to carry it longer than necessary. Okay, so powerful women use creation as stabilization, and I know this is you. So let me tell you, this morning I saw a comment that could have easily derailed my entire day, but instead of spiraling out of control, I made more videos, not to prove anything, not to drown out the feeling, but because creating returns me to myself. It reminds my system that I still have agency. And every time you continue despite the discomfort, you build a tolerance for being seen, for allowing yourself to be visible. So if you're a woman who is trying to share her ideas, grow a business, express yourself more publicly, the emotional labor is real. Visibility exposes you, not just to opportunity, but to projection. Some people will misunderstand you. Some will dismiss you. A few will try to even intentionally hurt you. None of that negates the value of what you are doing. The goal isn't to become immune to it. It's to become steady enough that you don't disappear. Because the world doesn't need quieter women. It needs women who know how to stay. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing your energy and your time with me. If this conversation feels relevant to where you are, there are so many more discussions just like this one on my channel. If another woman came to mind while you were listening, feel free to send this to her. Sometimes the most powerful support is simply saying, I see you. And as always, remember who you came here to be. You may be wondering, what do I watch next? Don't you worry, I got you covered. You can watch this one right here.